Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a threat made to Floyd County schools prompted officials to take quick action. We have those details. And the tourism industry is working to improve sustainability, from new ways to restore coral reefs to environmental education.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Tuesday, April 22nd. It is 5:30 this morning. It's time to check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal on this foggy start to our Tuesday. I know that I had to put that defrost on. There's no frost on my car, but there was fog, and I did have to defrost it this morning.
When I left this morning, there was not fog yet. I left a little bit earlier, though. But yes, it's a foggy start to your morning and a little bit of a colder start to your morning, too. Here's a look at that temperature difference between this time today and this time yesterday. Seeing 20 degrees colder right now in Moorhead, 18 degrees colder in Irvin. As you go more towards the east, that's where you're seeing less of a temperature difference. Let's talk about those current temperatures because they're not too bad. We're sitting in the 50s right now, seeing some 60s pop out, 60 for Pikeville and Harlan, as well as Prestonsburg. High temperatures of the day will continue to track warmer, though, as we head back into the 70s, seeing mid to upper 70s for most of the region, with the exception of our Virginia counties, which will be in the upper 60s and low to mid 70s. Here's a look at satellite and radar, seeing mostly cloudy skies as well as those foggy conditions that we've been talking about. So drive safe this morning as you're heading out the door. Here's what you can expect throughout the day. Again, mostly cloudy skies, but as you head closer and closer to the evening hours, that's when you see those clouds kind of subside, looking at partly cloudy skies overnight. Amelia.
A series of online threats prompted action by the Floyd County School District on Sunday, leading to the arrest of one student. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has the latest.
Social media threats began circulating Sunday, leading the Floyd County School District to contact area law enforcement.
These threats were very specific on school violence and shootings, and actually talks of bomb threats and that kind of thing. So we began to respond to that immediately.
Officials say those posts were directed at Floyd Central High School and were posted from an account that appeared to be from one of the school's students.
We were familiar with this student, had never had any issues with the student. The student's actually getting ready to, he's 53 days away from being a U.S. Marine. So they went out and spoke with him. He was very quickly ruled out as having anything to do with this.
The district began working with Kentucky State Police on an electronic crimes investigation, and troopers say the threats were made by 18-year-old Jacob Johnson, a student enrolled in the district's virtual academy, who they say was impersonating another student.
Well, we take every threat as a credible threat until we know it's not a credible threat.
Johnson was arrested and taken to the Floyd County Detention Center Sunday night. But the district wanted to keep its students and their families informed, sharing updates even though they felt the threat had been addressed.
So we want them to be aware of it. Although we can't give them all the details at the time, we still have to, we still want to let them know as much as we can.
Officials say they want to do everything they can to make sure students are and feel safe.
During the course of the week, parents, students, and so forth, they may see an increased presence of law enforcement. That's just done out of an abundance of caution.
Saying the district maintains a zero-tolerance policy for threats toward its students. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Johnson was arraigned yesterday morning on one charge of terroristic threatening and one charge of bomb threats. The district says he remains in the Floyd County Detention Center on a $10,000 cash bond and is expected to return to court April 30th. The three men charged in connection with the death of Amber Spradlin are scheduled to return to court today. M.K. McKinney, Dr. Michael McKinney, and Josh Mullins are slated to appear in a Floyd County courtroom at 2 this afternoon. Last week, we reported on one of the attorneys for M.K. who argued for a speedy trial and a change of venue. Family members of Spradlin's also expressed concerns about the trial location. A man was charged with more than 20 counts of child sexual exploitation crimes in Estill County. According to state police, Austin Owens reportedly uploaded sexual explicit images of minors to a social media account. He was charged with possessing matter portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance and an additional count of distributing it. In Knox County, a man is facing charges after police obtained an indictment warrant pertaining to sexual abuse. Officers arrested Joshua Cowwood last week on an indictment warrant for 7 counts of sexual abuse and 1 count of sexual abuse with the victim under the age of 12. Those charges were filed last month. In Clay County, the Manchester Fire Department responded to multiple house fires. The first happened on Tuesday. Officials say they were able to contain it to just 1 room. They also rescued 4 kittens from the home before contacting the family for Red Cross. The second fire happened on Friday. Officials say the house fire caused a grass fire that quickly spread to a nearby wood line, endangering other homes. Firefighters were at the scene for several hours before it was contained. The Housing Development Alliance is continuing its summer internship program, now changing the name to the Sam Smith Memorial Internship in honor of 2023 summer intern Sam Smith, who died in 2024. Smith was in the foster care system, completing the internship, and was then hired on as a full-time carpenter. HDA Executive Director Scott McReynolds says the name change is to remember Smith.
It's rough because you come out of the foster care system and you suddenly need to find a job or decide if you're going to go to school. This is a great opportunity for people to see if they enjoy construction work and earn money.
There are 3 internship positions available for 18 to 21-year-olds with priority for folks who aged out of the foster care system. Applications for the internship are accepted through May 9th. A link to apply is on our website, WYMT.com. FEMA extended its individual assistance deadline for homeowners and renters. It's for victims of the deadly February storms and flood. The deadline was pushed back a month and it's now May 25th. FEMA individual assistance can cover home repairs, temporary housing, and more. Governor Andy Beshear posted on social media thanking the president and FEMA for the 30-day extension. And after that flooding back in February, communities in eastern Kentucky are working nonstop to get things back to normal. Yesterday, Planet Fitness in the Coal Run area of Pike County reopened. The gym featured brand new equipment to help guests get in a good workout. The gym was damaged when floodwaters took over Weddington Plaza 2 months ago. The city of Frankfort saw devastating flooding a little more than 2 weeks ago. The county judge executive says approximately 500 homes were impacted. Since then, a multi-agency resource center opened in Frankfort. Rental property owner Tim Giroux came with questions for the American Red Cross about how to get assistance in fixing his rental property. Drew says the home is in the Bell Point neighborhood. He says the same tenant lived there for 23 years.
She don't really have another place to go, so we're just trying to figure out how to fix it because her homeowner's insurance won't pay for it.
He says he had questions about FEMA assistance, but as of today, Franklin County has not been included in qualifying for individual assistance claims. State leaders awarded cash prizes to the winners of the Kentucky Safe Teen Driving Challenge yesterday. During the past 3 years, there have been thousands of car crashes involving teens. It's caused 13,000 injuries and 210 deaths. The state created the challenge to help new teen drivers learn safe practices while behind the wheel. About 830 teens throughout the Commonwealth participated, and more than 500 got an 80% or better.
Nothing matters more than knowing our kids are safe, especially when they're behind the wheel. We love you, and we want to make sure you get where you're going safely.
State leaders handed out cash prizes for the top 4 safest drivers who participated. The safest teen driver was Emily Emerson from Northern Kentucky. She earned a 99.8% and was awarded $2,000. The Bell County School District has a new leader. A post on social media says the board voted unanimously to appoint Brian Crawford as superintendent. He will officially begin his role on May 1st, succeeding Tom Gambrell. And the Harlan Independent School District also has a new superintendent, which was unanimously voted to appoint Jennifer Parsons, and she'll start on July 1st, succeeding C.D. Morton. Parsons has a 26-year career in education and signed a 4-year contract. Well, today is Earth Day, when the world pauses to consider the health of our planet and how best to protect it. Many in the tourism industry are deeply concerned about climate change and other threats to the environment. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports on a couple of innovatives aimed at improving the world around us.
Marine biologist and owner of Wavelength Reef Cruises, John Edmondson, has pioneered a new way to help regrow damaged coral on the Great Barrier Reef.
Coral bleaching has been caused by climate change, which is caused by human greenhouse gas emissions.
Scientists say those emissions are warming the world's oceans, causing some reefs to die.
The bottom bit's alive, but a lot of that fragment is dead.
Edmondson and his wife Jenny collect broken coral, grow the pieces in nurseries, refragment them, and then use a clip Edmondson designed to replant them off the northeastern coast of Australia. In one remote area of the reef, marine scientists found catastrophic coral bleaching after ocean temperatures hit record highs last summer, part of what NOAA calls the most widespread global bleaching event to date.
The world's reefs are under serious pressure from a changing climate.
Barrier Reef education is a part of Edmondson's reef snorkeling trips.
There's an important role in ecotourism in just making people connect with the reef.
Many resorts are also expanding their efforts to educate guests about the environment, including here at the Ritz-Carlton Grand Cayman, where the annual Cayman Cookout has added more activities to showcase the island.
The food festival held every January that brings famous chefs together to play and cook has introduced kayaking and cycling tours, partnering with the Ambassadors of the Environment program.
We certainly have a big footprint. We certainly want to share our best practice and share why it's so important to protect the environment.
How was it? Great. And every year at the Cookout, Chef Jose Andres heads underwater to capture an invasive species in the Atlantic.
Very, very sharp.
Lionfish, identified by their venomous spines.
Once we remove all those spines, it's safe to handle.
It's sending a message and creating awareness about the problem of the lionfish.
Andres cooks a fisherman's stew with the lionfish as the star ingredient, one less threat to the ecosystem. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Grand Cayman.
Lionfish are found in waters from North Carolina to South America. Spearfishing, as Andres does, is considered the best way to capture them, according to Florida Fish and Wildlife. Still to come, today begins a week-long trial between the Department of Justice and one of the largest search engines in the world, Google.
And the 70s will remain in the forecast for today.